Melody's closest friends. That is why rumors suggesting Stormi may have crossed certain boundaries immediately caught everyone's attention. At first, most people dismissed the speculation as typical reality TV gossip. Rumors circulate constantly online, and many assumed this was simply another story designed to create excitement before new episodes aired. However, things began to change when Melody started speaking publicly about loyalty, trust, and discovering things she wished she had known much earlier. She revealed that she later learned certain people had negative opinions about her long before they ever met. Melody explained that had she known the truth from the beginning, she would have approached those relationships very differently. While she never directly named anyone, many viewers immediately connected her comments to Stormi. As time passed, fans noticed a clear shift in their friendship. The closeness they once displayed seemed to disappear. Group scenes felt uncomfortable, conversations appeared strained, and the easy chemistry they once shared was no longer visible. This raised questions among viewers who had watched their friendship develop over time. Many fans remembered how difficult Melody's life became after her highly publicized divorce from Martel Holt. They watched her struggle through heartbreak, public criticism, co-parenting challenges, and emotional setbacks while trying to rebuild her life. Despite those hardships, she continued focusing on her businesses, her music career, her children, and her personal growth. Many supporters admired her resilience because she managed to keep moving forward despite everything she endured. During that period of rebuilding, Stormi appeared to become one of the few people Melody truly trusted. Their friendship looked genuine. They spent time together, defended each other publicly, and often spoke about loyalty and support. That is why viewers became concerned when signs of distance began to emerge. Soon, online rumors suggested that Stormi may have been discussing Melody behind the scenes or interacting with people connected to Melody's past conflicts. Although many of those claims were never officially confirmed, they spread rapidly across social media. As the rumors grew, fans noticed that Melody seemed more hurt than angry. Many viewers felt the situation was different from ordinary reality television drama because it appeared to involve real emotions and damaged trust. Reports from blogs and entertainment commentators claimed that tensions between the women became increasingly difficult during filming. According to those reports, producers allegedly hoped the situation could be resolved privately, but the distance between them only appeared to grow. One reported confrontation became the center of online discussion. Sources claimed Melody questioned whether someone she trusted had been pretending to support her while acting differently behind her back. Witnesses described the conversation as uncomfortable and emotionally charged. Stormi reportedly defended herself and argued that misunderstandings and online gossip were fueling unnecessary conflict. However, those explanations did little to calm public speculation. The disagreement quickly became one of the most talked about topics among fans. Social media divided into opposing sides. Some viewers believed Melody had every right to feel betrayed if the rumors were true, while others argued that people were making assumptions without knowing the complete story. As discussions intensified, more alleged insider reports surfaced online. Some claimed there were private conversations and off-camera incidents that contributed to the breakdown of the friendship. Whether those reports were accurate or not, the public perception had already begun to shift. Stormi faced criticism from many fans who felt she had betrayed someone who trusted her deeply. Meanwhile, Melody chose to remain mostly silent. Instead of posting lengthy explanations or engaging in public arguments, she appeared focused on protecting her peace. Ironically, her silence generated even more attention. Many supporters interpreted her quiet approach as a sign that she was emotionally exhausted from repeatedly dealing with disappointment and betrayal. During interviews, Melody occasionally reflected on how friendships change and how not everyone who appears supportive truly has your best interests at heart. Although she rarely mentioned specific names, many viewers believed her comments carried a deeper meaning. Those remarks fueled even more discussion online. At the same time, Stormi continued defending herself against criticism and maintained that much of the narrative circulating online had been exaggerated. However, many fans remained sympathetic toward Melody because they had witnessed her struggles for years. They remembered the heartbreak, public embarrassment, and difficult experiences she had already survived. As a result, some viewers believed there was more happening behind the scenes than the public knew. Reports suggested the tension even affected the rest of the cast, making group scenes uncomfortable and forcing cast members to carefully navigate the conflict without openly taking sides. What made the situation resonate so strongly with viewers was that it felt real. This was no longer just entertainment. It became a story about trust, friendship, loyalty, and emotional wounds that never fully disappear. Many fans believed Melody's reaction came from a place of deep disappointment rather than anger. There is a unique kind of pain that comes from feeling betrayed by someone you once welcomed into your personal life. Over time, viewers noticed Melody becoming more guarded and selective about who she allowed into her inner circle. She appeared calmer, but also more cautious. Many people related to that experience. For countless viewers, her story represented the challenge of learning to trust again after being hurt and trying to find peace while living under public scrutiny. As the fallout continued, every interview, social media post, and public appearance was analyzed by fans searching for clues about what had really happened. Yet throughout the controversy, Melody rarely lashed out publicly. Instead, she seemed to quietly move forward, and many supporters felt that approach spoke louder than any argument ever could. At the heart of the entire situation was a painful question about trust. Whether every rumor was true or not, the friendship appeared to suffer significant damage. Relationships changed, loyalties were questioned, and emotions ran high. Ultimately, the story became about more than reality television drama. It became a reminder that success does not protect anyone from heartbreak. Even after overcoming major challenges, people can still experience disappointment from those they once trusted. For Melody, many fans believe the situation reopened wounds she had spent years trying to heal. For Stormi, public perception shifted dramatically, creating challenges that may take time to overcome. And perhaps that is what makes the story so emotional. Romantic heartbreak can fade with time, but when trust is broken by someone considered family, the impact often lasts much longer. Today, many viewers believe Melody may eventually move on from the situation, but they also believe the lessons she learned from it will stay with her forever. As the controversy continued, fans became increasingly invested in every development. Social media users examined old interviews, previous episodes, and even casual interactions between cast members in an attempt to understand where things may have gone wrong. Every smile, every comment, and every social media post became part of a larger conversation. Some viewers believed the friendship had been struggling for much longer than anyone realized, while others felt the situation escalated because of outside influences and constant public scrutiny. Regardless of the cause, one thing became clear: the relationship between Melody and Stormi was no longer what it once appeared to be. Many supporters felt especially disappointed because they had admired the bond the two women seemed to share. In a cast often filled with conflict and shifting alliances, their friendship had looked refreshing and genuine. That is why the rumors surrounding their fallout generated such strong reactions. Fans who once celebrated their connection now found themselves debating who was right, who was wrong, and whether the friendship could ever be repaired. The discussion extended far beyond the show itself, becoming one of the most talked about topics within the love and marriage Huntsville fan community. Meanwhile, Melody continued focusing on her personal goals and professional success. Rather than publicly addressing every rumor, she appeared determined to protect her energy and concentrate on the things that mattered most to her. Supporters praised her for maintaining her composure despite the constant speculation surrounding her personal life. Many felt her decision to remain relatively quiet demonstrated growth and maturity, especially considering the emotional challenges she had already faced in previous years. Instead of engaging in public battles, she seemed committed to moving forward. Stormi, however, found herself facing increasing pressure from viewers who demanded answers. While she continued defending herself and insisting that much of the online narrative was exaggerated, public opinion remained divided. Some fans appreciated her willingness to speak out, while others felt her explanations failed to address the deeper concerns that many people believed existed beneath the surface. As a result, the debate showed no signs of slowing down. Every statement made by either woman was immediately analyzed and discussed across blogs, podcasts, and social media platforms. The situation also highlighted a larger issue that many viewers found relatable. Trust is difficult to rebuild once it has been damaged. Whether in friendships, family relationships, or romantic partnerships, people often struggle to move past feelings of betrayal. That reality is one reason so many fans connected emotionally with the story. They saw pieces of their own experiences reflected in what appeared to be unfolding on screen. For some, it was a reminder of friendships that ended unexpectedly. For others, it reflected the challenge of learning who genuinely supports you during difficult times. As new seasons and storylines continued to develop, many viewers wondered whether reconciliation was even possible. Some hoped the women would eventually sit down, clear the air, and find common ground. Others believed too much damage had already been done. In their view, certain betrayals leave permanent scars, making it impossible to return to the way things once were. While nobody outside the people involved knows the full truth, the emotional impact of the situation was impossible to ignore. In the end, what began as rumors and speculation evolved into a much larger conversation about loyalty, trust, and personal boundaries. For Melody, the experience seemed to reinforce the importance of protecting her peace and carefully choosing who she allows into her inner circle. For Stormi, it became a reminder of how quickly public perception can change, especially when emotions are involved. And for viewers, it served as another example of how reality television often reflects very real human experiences. Long after the headlines fade and the online debates slow down, the lessons surrounding trust, friendship, and disappointment will likely remain at the center of this story. Even as time passed, the questions surrounding the fallout refused to disappear. Fans continued searching for answers, hoping someone would finally explain what truly happened behind closed doors. Yet the more people talked about it, the more complicated the story seemed to become. Every new interview sparked fresh speculation. Every social media post generated dozens of theories. What started as a friendship conflict had evolved into one of the most discussed storylines surrounding the cast. For many viewers, the most surprising part was not the disagreement itself, but the way Melody handled it. In the past, reality television often rewarded loud confrontations and dramatic public feuds. Instead of following that path, Melody appeared to focus on creating distance. She stopped engaging in public back-and-forth exchanges and concentrated on her own projects. To some supporters, that decision spoke volumes. They felt she had reached a point in her life where protecting her peace mattered more than proving a point. At the same time, fans noticed that Melody seemed increasingly careful about who she allowed into her personal space. During interviews and public appearances, she often spoke about growth, boundaries, and the importance of surrounding yourself with people who genuinely support you. While she rarely addressed specific situations directly, many viewers believed those messages reflected lessons she had learned from painful experiences. Her comments resonated with supporters because they reflected challenges that many people face in their own lives. Meanwhile, the conversation surrounding Stormi remained intense. Some fans argued that she had been unfairly judged based on rumors and assumptions. Others believed that where there is so much smoke, there is usually some truth hidden underneath. The lack of clear answers only fueled the debate. Supporters on both sides remained convinced they understood what had happened, even though much of the information circulating online came from anonymous sources and speculation. As months went by, the emotional side of the story became more important than the rumors themselves. The real issue was no longer about who said what or who spent time with whom. Instead, it became a conversation about trust. People began discussing how difficult it can be to recover when someone you care about disappoints you. Many viewers shared personal stories about friendships that ended unexpectedly, making the situation feel even